Migrant integration policies do not just affect immigrants' well-being in destination countries, but also help shape public attitudes towards migration. In this next integration series episode, we will look at an example of a country that recently improved its MIPEX score, Chile. This series uses data from the Migrant Integration Policy Index, or MIPEX for short. As explained in the separate explainer video on MIPEX on this channel, the project ranks countries on a scale of 1 to 100 based on the favorability of their migrant integration policies. Here, having a favorable score means having policies that promote migrant integration by facilitating opportunities for participation in the host society, as well as having policies that champion equal treatment for migrants and the local population. Now, MIPEX researchers place Chile in the Equality on Paper category. The country's overall score is 53 out of 100, which indicates that the integration opportunities are available for migrants, but there are still significant deficiencies in some policy areas. Chile's policies generally protect migrants from discrimination and provide halfway decent pathways to long-term residency. There's not always a guarantee of equal opportunities, though, for both migrants and locals. MIPEX measures 8 policy dimensions or areas related to integration. In this video, we will look at just 2 of the highest and the lowest scoring areas for simplicity's sake. For a full breakdown of Chile's scores in all dimensions, be sure to check out the website. Here, anti-discrimination and pathways to permanent residence are very favorable from a policy standpoint. Similar to Argentina, Chile has strong mechanisms and judicial bodies in place to protect migrants from discrimination based on race, religion, and nationality. The main reason Chile is not a top MIPEX country in this policy area is because it still has room to include protection for migrants in more legal documents. An example being the National Human Rights Plan. Chile currently sits in the top 10 MIPEX countries for permanent residence, and this is because of how easily immigrants can qualify for this long-term right to live in the country. The minimum residency requirement is just 2 years before someone can apply for permanent residency. The country does not have a perfect score here, however, because permanent residency can be revoked if a migrant leaves the country for more than a year. The country's lowest scores emerge in the education and labor market mobility areas. Immigrants face significant barriers in the education system and receive little to no assistance from the government. There is a clear need for targeted support for all students. Some examples would be initiatives that foster a sense of community and feeling at home for vulnerable students, or programs that help students progress into higher education. There's a similar story with the labor market, because firstly, migrants face barriers just to start working in Chile. Once they start earning an income, there is no support for skills development and training that would allow people to advance upwards in their careers. Again, targeted support is missing here, at least according to MIPEX researchers. Fortunately, we've seen some positive changes in Chile's MIPEX score since 2014, which you can see in this graph. We can see how 2 areas, health and political participation, have improved in recent years. This is due to some new initiatives such as an increase in research on migrant health and the newly granted right for irregular or undocumented migrants to access health services. Migrants are also now allowed to become members of political parties, which greatly increases their ability to voice their positions during policy-making processes. The MIPEX researchers have thus concluded that Chile's policies encourage locals to view migrants as their equals. This is a good thing because the way governments treat immigrants influences the way immigrants and locals interact with each other. The room for improvement, therefore, is for the government to also view migrants as potential citizens and make investments towards their successful integration. I hope this quick glance at the favorability of Chile's integration policies has helped you understand the country's current situation. If you found this video useful, please feel free to look at the other 56 countries with MIPEX scores and leave us a comment with which ones you'd like to hear more about. I hope you also give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss new videos that we upload every week. I hope to see you next time.